It's official. The Boston Bruins are a better hockey team than the Colorado Eagles. Avs lose to the Boston Bruins 4-0.
Colorado has won the Stanley Cup.
I want to set the stage for this game for you. Don't look it up. Off the top of your head, guess, of the Avs forwards, who had the fourth most ice time in this game. I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, you guessed? The correct answer is Ben Meyers. And this is nothing against Ben Meyers, but this is the same guy who started on the NHL roster this year and lost the job. Got sent back to the Eagles because he couldn't hang in the Avs' bottom six. He's now playing in the Avs' top six. So that's where the Avs are at right now. The first period of this hockey game was competitive, and honestly, with the Avs lineup, I don't think you can ask for much more than that. Give credit to the Avs PK, they go a perfect 3 for 3 on the night, and there are a few positives here and there. Charles Hudon looked good in the offensive zone at least. You had a fun moment or two from the new guy Cal Burke. Despite all the injuries, the Avs' entire lineup can still really skate quite well. And that's about it. Again, the Avs kept it close in the first period. It was a 0-0 score at the end of it, and they looked like a team that wasn't going to get blown out for that period at very least, even if they didn't look like the better team. But ultimately, they were just unable to keep up with Boston throughout this game. The reality is, when your best highlight from the game is a fight, it was not a good hockey game for you. Maybe the worst possible matchup for the Avs right now, as injured as they are, going up against the current best team in the league. They would give up 2 goals in the second period, both of which just genuinely coming from AHL caliber mistakes. It's a pretty typical play in the NHL. You're going to see Pastrnak fail on an attempt there, and then he's just going to float away and disappear, and it's going to cause problems for the Avs. As the puck gets worked down in deep on the near side, Jason Megna just kind of floats into no man's land and stands in front of the net covering nobody. Meanwhile, Girard is taking the man in front in Hall. He's got his man marked, and Megna has nothing. Again, he starts to take Hall, who Girard already has, but isn't really covering anything, and this becomes a problem as Pastrnak, who has circled the zone, has snuck in and no one is covering. Both forwards, one watching the puck, one checking out high, 2 defensemen covering one guy is never a good thing, and one of the best shooters in the NHL open at the faceoff dot. Yeah, you know how this is going to end. Avs with possession in their own zone here, Sam Girard is going to feed Ben Meyers a puck. Is this the best pass ever? No. Is it one Ben Meyers doesn't handle very well? Yes. Is it one he's still able to settle down at the blue line? Absolutely. Pressure's coming here. You don't have to make an all-world play. This puck just absolutely needs to get out of the zone. Get yourself out of danger, and you are fine. Instead, Meyers gets it poke-checked, gets it turned around, and is now behind a play, creating an odd man rush for Boston from what should have been an easy clear. This leaves Sam Girard completely out to dry. Doesn't do the best job of defending this, going for the EJ slide, and just doesn't really cover the pass very well. So when it does come across, it is over. As you can also see, EJ had flown the zone because, an NHL player gets that puck out of the zone. And honestly, game was already over at that point. A 2-goal lead is nigh impossible for this Avs roster to come back from. And Boston knew it too. They decided to slow it down, play safe, solid hockey, and not give anything up, and the rest of the game was just the Avs running into a brick wall. If you are a masochist, Boston did score 2 more goals, which I'll break down for you very quickly here. As Boston is in their cycle, Jacob McDonald is taking the middle of the ice, and this isn't terrible defense. This isn't a big problem like the first issue was with him, but he just gets a little bit too soft, gives too much respect for the cut to the middle of the ice, and gives just enough room for the step back for Frederic to get off a clean shot from a dangerous area. Georgiev a little bit slow to get over. In a perfect world, he makes this save, but it just doesn't go the Avs' way. There's a change happening for Boston behind this play. Taylor Hall is about to step on the ice in the neutral zone. So the Avs on the rush. McDonald fires a shot that ricochets out a big rebound. All 5 Avs commit to the puck here. That is not great hockey. When they lose the race to the puck, it's back out the other way. Hall in behind everyone on the breakaway, and he makes a nice move to beat Georgiev. And that's how you got to your 4-0 final. The Avs' AHL forward core just is not dangerous enough to really threaten to score goals against a team like this, both in number of opportunity and quality of shooting ability. It's hard to even be that frustrated with the performance because, again, most of the critical errors come from guys that just honestly shouldn't be playing in the NHL right now. And the truth of the matter is, the Avs have to rely far too much on guys like Mikko Rantanen and Cale Makar to do literal superhuman stuff to get across the finish line right now. And you just got okay at best and not so great at worst games from those guys. Particularly Mikko, the Avs just needed more out of him in this game. That's not to say Rantanen's bad. He had the task of carrying Alex Newhook and Charles Hudon on his line for most of the night. So the task is just a ridiculous ask, but if they don't get that from Mikko, they're just not going to win. There's just not a ton to break down here. Thankfully, it sounds like Val Nichushkin and Darren Helm are both very close to coming back. Could be back as soon as next game. And if not that, then by the end of the weekend, they should be back in the lineup. And we can start having serious conversations about Colorado's pros and cons again. I don't have a whole lot more to say here. This was a predictable and expected loss, and it went almost exactly how you thought it might. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and please let's get somebody healthy.